I was going to be a football player. There were a handful of schools that were recruiting me to come play football. And I was like, okay, my next step is go on these visits, find which school I'm going to, and play football at that school. And obviously, like any football player wants to do, try to make it to the NFL. So that is what I thought I was going to do all the way up until that winter retreat, my senior year of high school. Like any other senior in high school, I was wrestling with what was next. The last night of the retreat, I was sitting in my seat during worship and I was just praying about what that would look like. And in that moment, I felt this rush of peace completely overflow me. And the only thing I could think of for the first time in my whole life was doing ministry. I went and talked to my youth pastor, Mike. I told him exactly what I felt. And he shares with me that he's been praying for the last year that God would reveal to me and my calling, because he always viewed me as someone who he felt was called to do ministry. So I started to take the steps to get into full-time ministry. I wasn't the person to go into ministry. I was a football player. That's all I knew that I was good at. It's literally who I was. That calling into ministry showed me I wasn't, and it was a terrifying reality to see my identity being built on something so fragile like football. I constantly wrestled, and still do today from time to time, with imposter syndrome. I never thought I was good enough, or educated enough, or smart enough, or talented enough to be used in the capacity that I was going to be used in and that I currently am used in. I was terrified of being vulnerable. I knew that ministry would take constant vulnerability, and I struggled with being honest to myself, let alone to other people. When I said yes to ministry, I called all the scouts that were recruiting me for football, and I told them that I wasn't coming for any of my visits, and that God had changed my whole life. Each call I made was so hard, but it was so rewarding because I knew I was doing what God had called me to do. I learned what my true identity is in Jesus, and so many people, including one of my high school teachers who wasn't a believer, tell me after I told her that, hey, I'm not playing football anymore, I feel like I'm called into ministry. She said, I can see you doing that. You love God and you love people. I just knew that was confirmation, along with each and every door that God opened along the way. Even today, God still confirms to me over and over and over again that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. My name's Josh Ritchie, and I'm called to lead.